100, 5, 100, 5, 5, 100, 5, 100, 5, 5, 100, 5, 100, the 5, 100, podcast, the 5, 100, podcast, the 5, 100, podcast, 5, 5, 100, podcast, the 5, 100, podcast. It's the 5100 podcast. It's the 5100 podcast.
I thought it was a game or something. Look crispy, production.
What's going on, people? How y'all doing tonight?
Yeah.
Man, so happy to be doing this episode, waiting for everybody to get in here. So what's going on, y'all? She got Ted, the 5-1 half of the 5-100 podcast. And look, man, it's gonna be a simulcast, and I'm gonna be casting with my boy JJ Moss, man. I'm gonna give my boy a round of applause. My brother JJ Moss, man, he done been a real big supporter of the platform, and his channel is filled with a lot of wisdom, man. I'm really happy to have this brother on. Really happy to be doing this simulcast with him. And man, I'm gonna let the brother speak for himself, bro. Introduce yourself to the people, bro.
What's going on, everybody that's in the chat right now? First and foremost, appreciate the homie Tiz for doing this with me, because he definitely didn't have to. I know he's very modest about that, but just watching him and CJ do their thing for the longest, man. I can remember becoming a fan of the 5-100 podcast for the very first time, and I've been hooked ever since. I've been very supportive of these brothers ever since I first came in contact with their movement. And I can remember just binge watching and binge listening to everything that they've done since they started. And it's helped me grow my podcast into what I have now. And Tez gives me some great advice on how I can, add some growth to my channel and everything as far as my content goes. And he sees that. He sees the growth, and I see the growth as well. But I've been doing my thing for just 3 years now, and I've kind of been up and down with as far as my content goes, because I when I started, I was kind of like everybody else, trying to just do the normal as far as the content goes. But once I started to see people putting more attention on my channel, I had to realize, what, I'm kind of have a responsibility now. That's the way I look at it. I have a responsibility now. So it's my whole narrative and everything I'm doing as far as with my channel right now, I'm just changing right now. And like I want to, when people think of JJ Moss and the Moss Network and the Moss Talk podcast, I want them to say, like, you know what, dude really be bringing some real spill to his channel. I don't want to get added to the Coon Show. I don't want to be another one-trick pony. I don't want to get added to basically the nigga shit. And that's right. That's the road I was headed down at one point. But with brothers like you and brothers like Brink and and CJ as well, shout out to the homie CJ. That you guys have definitely pushed me in a much different direction as far as my content goes, man. So it's a real honor to be here with you, my guy.
Man, bro, look, man, you already know we appreciate you, man. And that's one of the things. We want to do more simulcast. We want to put more brothers, in the position that, man, we can all come and share our experiences with life. But man, we're gonna go ahead and get into our subject. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna be talking about the culture. You see the title? The culture is trash. Our culture is trash. And look, man, it hurts all of us to say this. Like, even with Moss, we did a little bit of talking behind the scene, because we know as a culture, man, we got so much more to offer. And it's sad that we not giving all our potential. But before I get in here, bro, before we get into it, I'm gonna acknowledge some of the people in the chat. My boy Charles, avid supporter, Lady Novoa. Thank you so much for being here. A great mod. I know you got a busy night tonight because you mod everywhere. Who else we got? Oh, snap. My boy Nixon. Hey, bro, glad to have you in here for a stream, man. I appreciate it. And I'm looking forward to me coming on some of your panels, bro. It's just hard. The time difference. Lexi, thank you for being here as well. So, man, we're going to get right into it. I'm going to bring up one of the points of contention that I have with our culture, bro. Number one for me is the music. I hate how our music depicts us black men as thugs, deleters, you know, savages. And I hate how we depict ourselves in the music with women as hoes, thoughts that's loud and over manly.
Mm-hmm.
So, bro, how do you feel about the way the music depicts us?
Man, now that I guess, now that I've, feel like I've had a responsibility of, telling the truth as far as my platform is concerned, I really had to really just sit there and think. It's like we've been, as far as the culture and music, we've been out of control with it for a very long time. We've been lost for a very long time.
Right.
And just thinking about even the stuff that I used to listen to that we grew up in back in the day, far as the No Limit era and stuff like that, really thinking like, you know what, that stuff wasn't good. If it's classic as it was, and and it's a time period that we can't go back to, and it was a good time period, but you just really look back at it, like that era was not really good to us.
Thanks.
Like far as the drug dealing music, the gangster rap, and all that stuff right there, it was not good for us. And I feel like the destruction of our people when it came to the music, I hate to say it, it really kind of started in the 90s.
Facts.
Because if you really look at the beginning of hip hop, of course they looked at it as something that wasn't going to last long. They looked at it as a fad. And when the first hip hop record came out, and as far as the Sugar Hill Gang and stuff like that, when it started, and then when Run DMC and people and Curtis Blow came about, and when it was fun back then.
Yep.
But once they saw, the value of hip hop, and when gangster rap came, but also we had conscious rap also. We had conscious music also that was giving us the messages that we needed, as far as KRS-One and Boogie Down Productions and Poor Righteous Teachers and stuff like that.
Thanks.
I feel like once they saw that, they really they putting some intelligence in this music, and we don't want it. Even the positive rap. The positive rap that we once had, far as a MC Hammer, a Kid and Play, a Young MC, and stuff like that. We had that at one point in time. A Kumo D, we had that. But I think who was his name? Sean J from Field Mob. He said this. He said, what ended up happening is they looked at it and said, you know what, we might not can control this train that's called hip hop, but we can damn sure derail it.
Yes, sir.
Because look how quickly, far as in hip hop, they got the conscious rappers out of here. Look how quickly they got the positive rappers out of here and push gangster rap to the forefront. The pimp music, far as Too Short and stuff like that. They pushed it, and then everybody switched up. Everybody switched up to try to be like that in order to get their attention, because they felt like that's what they needed to do in order to get signed or to be heard. People weren't even trying to do that. But once they saw that the industry was pushing that everybody switched up, which was sad. And basically once it was accepted and we pushed all the positive and intelligent rap out the way, we was doomed from there.
Facts. And Mouse, let me give a shout out to my boy Rob from the What We Know podcast. Appreciate you for being here. 5100 CJ in the chat, you know what I'm saying? The other half of the 5100 podcast. Hopefully that brother be up soon. Hopefully. IXL in the chat. Another brother that been showing us crazy love lately, bro. Like, bro, we appreciate everything you doing behind the scenes as well. Thank you, brother, for being here. And Mouse, like, I know, we was kind of talking, and I watched a couple of your podcast episodes, and you was kind of like CJ, you kind of rap. And I know CJ ended up getting out of the game because he hated the lyrics that he was speaking, he heard his daughter say. And it's like, wait, man, I can't have my baby out here reciting the thing that I done did with women or the thing that I might have did in the streets. Mm-hmm. So he stopped rapping. Did you kind of go through that as well? I don't know how big, your buzz was. I know CJ was pretty big. And old pesos.
To be honest with you, no. I didn't have no buzz because what really got me was because my procrastination killed everything.
Yeah.
Now, but I also was aware of what the type of music I wanted to put out. One thing I can honestly say, when I did record stuff, I wanted to be just like the artist that I was listening to. I wanted to put out a message. I wanted to put some fat on some people's brains and have them, whether they say it was preaching or whatever like that, because I knew for a fact that I didn't fit the street narrative.
Right.
I didn't fit that. And I feel like I'll be looked at as a fraud if I get on this record and talking about being in the trap, flipping packs, selling crack, that wasn't my lifestyle.
Right. Oh boy, Mouse, I think you done froze up. So hopefully, Mouse can come back. Like, bro, I feel the same way, bro. Like, that's one of the reasons why I think the music is so big for us, bro. Like, it's important that when it comes to this music game, bro, we got to change the way that it is. We got to change the thing that we talk about, the narrative that we push. And it's important that we do that because we are preaching this stuff to our children, bro. Like, we preaching this stuff to our kids. And our kids consume this music. And, bro, I'm not finna sit here and act like I ain't never listened to a rap song. I ain't finna sit here and act like, bro, I ain't never, went out and danced with a female to some stuff that I know I shouldn't have. But I also recognize that everybody don't got that same mindset that I have. Everybody can't say, all right, bro, I know how to keep this on the dance floor. All right, bro, I know how to keep this in the bedroom. And that's one of my problems with our people, bro. We got to be able to understand what's for what and for where and why. For me, that kills me, bro. Like, all right, so look, the next point that I want to make, how we flex. For the people that follow the podcast, we dropped the episode about Takeoff and, Offset in that situation and how, not Offset, Takeoff and Quavo and how, tragic that situation was. And one of the things that we looked at is all the chains, all the jewelry, all the flash and money. Why is that necessary for us? Because I don't see myself as no better than nobody else. CJ don't see himself no better than nobody else. But we ain't got big chains on. We ain't got big wristwatches on with diamonds in them. And I know when we finally hit these 6 figures that we aiming to reach, we still ain't gonna wear that stuff. Because there's no need for it. You become the target. And you make yourself that. And unfortunately, we live in a world where if you become the target, it's people that's watching. It's people that can't wait to get the stuff that you got. We got to change how we flex, bro. We got to change the mentality that we have behind flexing. Let's make the flex taking care of the things that we need to take care of in our own life. Let's make the flex building stuff, a real community. Let's make the flex showing off what a real husband and wife does, what a real family is. Like, bro, one of my biggest goals, bro, as a man is to be able to create the situation where it's better for my family. That's gonna be my flex. Let me see if my boy JJ back. Mouse, you good?
Yeah. My apologies.
You good, brother. Nah, man, I'm just talking about us changing the mentality of the way that we flex. What we wear, how we show that what we have. And bro, I'm a big proponent of it don't make sense to show it, but it makes sense to live it. Like, it don't matter, cause me and you know pretenders. Like, bro, we know guys that have on nice chains and watches and got rims on the car, and they staying with their mama. They sleep, they hobosexuals. So, bro, how do you feel about the way that the hip hop culture and the black culture decides to flex?
And that's the sad part, because it's like, why do we follow what hip hop is doing? You know, I feel like what my thing is, we should have enough sense to separate that, knowing that it's only entertainment. It's only that. It's only just entertainment. So we shouldn't have to mess around and follow what these rappers are doing. And you know, we've been following that whole path for so long, and it's kind of hard for us to even, you know, get unattached away from it.
Facts.
It's very hard. It's easy for us to continue to follow that path because we've been doing it for so long, but it's gonna be just like when it's time when we talk about making a change. It's easy to continue to do that. You know what I'm saying, to do the wrong stuff because we've been doing it for so long. But in order to make a change, it's even harder because you got to stop what you're doing. Thanks. But I've never been a fan of flexing. That's just me, you know. But I've never, you know, I never even criticized people for flexing and like that. But one thing I noticed is that people love to flex, but these people don't have their priorities in order. Like how you got all this jewelry on, you flexing with this nice car. Like, I don't get it. How you got I know a dude who had a Bentley, but he was still renting out a house. Like, make that make sense to me.
Right.
Please make that make sense to me. You can't make sense to me.
And
I never got there, man. I never got there, man.
And most, the sad thing, bro, is I'm like you, bro. I ain't never been the flossiest guy. Like, I ain't never been the guy that want to show people what I have, because I remember being around people that showed folks what they got. Like, bro, I know stories about people getting ran up on. Some of the stories happen with me right beside it. So it's like, I never want to put myself in that position. The way you gonna know I made it is you see a better setup around me with the podcast. The way you know I made it, you gonna see my family moving different. You gonna see the situations around me, for all the people around me changing. That's how I want to flex. Now, bro, you did mention something too I wanted to hit on.
What's that?
We mentioned something in one of our podcast episodes, and it caught a little steam. And I'm gonna ask you, do you believe it needs to be a split between black people and ninjas? We'll call them ninjas. Yeah. Do you think it need to be a split?
I ain't gonna lie, that's a tough question.
Who you telling, bro? We all us froze when CJ asked it.
That's a good one.
Man,
as sad as that question is, it kind of slick has to be, because there is a difference. There's definitely a difference, because you can tell the two. You can definitely tell the two apart. It's like black people, they, you know, mind their business, they take care of their families and do this. And you got ninjas who do ninja stuff.
Facts.
Certain stuff, when we look at stuff on the internet and we look at stuff in real life, the first thing that comes to our minds is, man, they look like this. It's almost like the Boondocks. This is a ninja moment.
Facts. Hey, Mo, and I'm gonna tell you what's so funny, bro. As you know, Boondocks really show a whole lot of the culture the way that it really is. And bro, it was a situation on Boondocks that I watched happen in front of me at a club. The shoe stepping incident.
Ooh.
Like, bro, Mo, I watched the guy minding his own business, bro. Like, he just chilling, dancing, whatever. This guy come through, accidentally step on his shoe. Girl turned around and like, bro, what's going on, bro? Why you do that? And he like, man, I didn't mean it. My bad. I'm sorry. No, bro, I'm like, bro, the man apologized. Why we got to turn this into a ninja moment?
I've never understood it.
Me either. I never get that, bro.
I never understood that, man. One of the things I wanted to pinpoint as far as, you know, we look at it as our culture in 2022 and it's trash. And one of the things that I want us as a culture to realize, man, how rich our history is as far as Black people.
Facts.
And a lot of people don't know. A lot of people just don't know because they don't do their proper research, or all they know is that what the media puts out there as far as movies and TV shows.
Yep.
The only thing they feel like is attached to our history is slavery.
Yes, sir.
Like, no, man, if you do your research, we had our own stuff. Even though, you know, they really tried their best to shortstop everything we've done as far as, you know, Black Wall Street. You know, we had our own healthcare centers. We had our own educational centers. You know, we had our own towns. And everything that I just said, everything comes to where everything that we did back then, we came together to do.
Sir.
And the sad part is we cannot find ourselves to come together to do any. Well, you know what? We come to find ourselves to do everything together but the right stuff. You mean to tell me we can come together and put in on this bottle so we can go turn up for the night, but you mean to tell me we can't have some kind of business meeting on how, okay, we're going to start this LLC. We're going to start this vending company. We're going to start this real estate company. We can do all this turning up, to come together for this turning up. We can come together to celebrate. This person just got done doing a 10-year bid. We can come together for that. But you mean to tell me we can't come together for the right stuff?
Come on, man.
It's been done before. It's been done before that we've been united to make sure that, you know, us as Black people are good. We've been united. And why can we not get back on it? And then when it comes to just business, we are willing to do business with everyone but each other.
Come on, man.
We rush to do business with everybody else but each other. And then one thing I've never even I never understood is that, okay, you're willing to do business with this white person and you're not even caring if they're screwing you or not. But if another brother or sister screws you, you're willing to harm them and do something to them. I've never understood that. And then on the flip side of that, you're willing to screw over your own brother or sister because they may not be as knowledgeable about the business. Instead of you using this as a teaching moment for them, hey, you may not know about this part of the contracts and stuff like that, how the business goes. I'm gonna teach you. You rather put more energy than to take advantage of them. I never got that.
And Moss, you hit on something that's incredibly important. And bro, that's one of the things that's in our culture too that I hate is us as Black people, bro. When we create businesses, it's funny how in order to launch that business, we already got to be big. I don't know if you didn't notice that or not, bro, but your word, your product don't mean nothing unless you have certain people endorse it. Mm-hmm. And that's one of the things that I can't stand, because the stuff that we shouldn't be pushing up, that we shouldn't be financing, that we shouldn't be giving fuel to, we do that so quick. Mm-hmm. But for the things that we should be pushing forward, oh man, you only got 500 subscribers. Oh man, you only got 20,000 this. Man, it's like, wait a minute. Why do we have to see that somebody else has made it before we able to help the people? Somebody push them people up there. Be the ones that push your community forward. You don't have to just go with the big names. We can be the big name if our people work together. I'm with you 100% on that, bro.
And you know what? You just kind of, you really just almost like an eye opener on that, because I've experienced that. It was a situation. I was trying to get an interview with, an artist who's from our city, and he kept giving me the runaround. And I was just hitting them up saying, "Hey, if you need to reschedule," which is very understandable, because at the end of the day, outside of what we do, as far as media personality or an artist or an executive, we all have real lives to live. And he kind of slipped. He disrespected my brand and felt like bro, damn, bro, why you hitting me up like this? You act like you Vlad TV. You should be lucky I'm doing this. I'm like, whoa.
Yep.
Yeah, I was like, okay, all right. And that's, I know I was pissed, but it's just a simple fact, I kind of took the high road on that. I said, okay, and it's just messed up because I have a lot of people feel like, oh, you don't have this many subscribers, so I can't mess with you. You don't have this many followers, so I can't be seen on your show. It's almost like they're ashamed of it.
Yes.
And it's messed up. It's messed up. And I appreciate anyone who decides to jump on my platform, you yourself, because you don't have to. You don't look at it as like, oh, he got low numbers, or he don't do that many views. You look at it as an opportunity to help another brother or sister out. And I look at it the same way. I've done the same for other platforms. Like, okay, you might not have that many subscribers, but I'm still mess with you because I like what you're doing and I see what you're doing because you got the potential to be big. And you are definitely right. Why do we wait until somebody else big come along to support it, and then that's when we want to get behind it, when we had the opportunity to support it from day one?
Yes, sir. Moss, I mean, bro, you so right. And like, I don't want to harp on that because we know it's true, but bro, I even take it another step further in business. How come when we go into our establishments, they feel like no matter how much bad service we get, we supposed to be back? Bro, let me give you a quick story, Mouse.
Go ahead.
I remember going to this restaurant, bro, black-owned restaurant, and the only thing I heard was, bro, the food is fire. The food busting, bro. Like, they got the best this, they got the best that, and I'm like, all right, bet. So I take me and my girl at the time, we go up there, and man, we walk in, we like, okay, look nice. We standing up there, we waiting to be seated because it say you stand here until seated. So we standing there, talking to my girl at the time, and I'm just, all right, we've been standing here about 5 minutes. That 5 turned to 10. That 10 turned to 12. I'm like, ho. So I go around the corner, and these they're talking. Like they not doing what they supposed to be doing, sitting people, they running their mouth. So I remember asking one of the young ladies, I'm like, hey, we've been standing out there waiting to be seated for a minute. Do we just need to sit down? She was like, nah, here I come with an attitude. Ooh. I'm like, oh, okay. So I'm like, all right. So we get seated. So, bro, after we get seated, the young lady asked me and my girl what we want, water, whatever. She comes back and was like, y'all didn't have to be rude to the girl up front. And we like, whoa. Wait, hold on. Wait.
Y'all was rude?
X, bro, Mouse. Look, bro, I'm a very humble guy. Like, bro, I'm a very laid back dude. And I remember asking her, I'm like, well, man, we stood up there almost 15 minutes waiting for somebody to see us. Like, we didn't try to be rude, blah, blah, blah. So she was like, here go y'all water. And just like, she pretty much threw the water at us, bro.
Like slammed it here.
Yes. So I remember looking at my girl at the time, and she looked me dead in the face, and she was like, we finna go. And I'm like, you damn right.
And she should.
Boss, bro, I was this close, bro. And it's like, man, I tell people all the time, I try not to be that person. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, you can't disrespect me and expect me to want to come back to this establishment. And we didn't go back.
And spend money with you. Make that make sense.
Facts.
Expect someone to spend their hard-earned money with you after getting terrible service like that.
And Mo, what was even worse? This what was even worse. I remember talking to the guy that referred me to the place. And he was like, man, bro, they just act like that sometimes. What are you talking about?
That's not supposed to be acceptable. That's not supposed to be acceptable. Regardless of how good the food is. No.
Thanks. Right. See, what part of the game
What part
is
of the
this?
game is there? Exactly, CJ. What part of the game is there? And and one thing, as we on this topic, one thing I've noticed, as far as in our culture, why is that we're so quick to spend money with everyone else? We don't ask for discounts.
Oh,
We don't ask for the freebies. We don't ask for none of that. But as soon as we know that it's another brother, so, oh man, hooking ninja up. I'm saying, hey man, hey, mess with your boy, man. But y'all go into these designer stores. Y'all don't ask for no discounts. Y'all go into these stores and y'all spend blow all your money and don't ask for a discount. They don't even send you a thank you card. They just give you a long receipt like CVS and tell you, and y'all continue to shop there. Continue to shop there, but you want another black-owned clothing store or business to hook you up. Hey, bro, I'm saying for the free, what's up? We don't do that with nobody else, but we do that with our own.
and Mouse, I honestly believe when it comes to that, bro, I think it's because people automatically believe that because they black owned that you mess with them. And it's like, wait, it's still a business. Me and CJ say this all the time, bro. Our message is the most important thing. Like, bro, we don't come out here begging for cash apps and begging for super chats because, bro, we want to go live in mansions. Mm-hmm. Stuff like this is what helps us build a platform to be better, to have better equipment, to have better mics. Bro, we not trying to do this to look down on people. So anytime I hear about that, man, give it to me for the free, like your interview situation, bro, we done been did the same way. Like, man, y'all ain't big enough for us. Y'all ain't this for us. And it's like, all right. Yeah. So when you go to that big platform and they treat you like you small, then what happens?
Exactly. You get a slice of a big old, you know what? Forget a slice of humble pie. You get the whole entire pie. They serve it to you right there. You get that, like, you like, damn. And you really got the shit face. That's exactly what you got.
Man, and shout out
Brink. He know exactly. He know exactly how it is. I mean, he know exactly how it is. They be wanting him to come down on his prices for his interviews and not knowing how long he's been doing this, how long he's been at it. No, he's paid his dues. He's done, he's done free interviews. He's worked for other companies, but before he established the brand known as Bring TV, he's been there and done it. So you're not gonna come to this man and say, hey man, fun with your boy, man. I give you this if you accept for the interview and stuff like that. No, this man has rent to pay, far as he got equipment to buy. He has bills to pay.
Facts.
He has bills to pay, just like all of us do.
Right, and that's the thing, bro. I think when it comes to us billing stuff, bro, a lot of our people don't understand that it costs money, it costs time, and you got to be able to pay. So, Mouse, what I'm going to do, since we almost 40 minutes in, I'm going to go ahead and drop the link, but I know you got another point and I got another point. So, let me go ahead and get this link ready for y'all. And look, man, we're going to be letting people come up. We ain't going to stay up here too long, but we want to get your all's opinion as well. So, I'm going to post the link. Bam. So the link up. And another thing, man, y'all go make sure to follow my guy Moss at the Moss Network. That been dropped too. Matter of fact, let me see if I can pin.
Man, I appreciate anyone who likes, subscribe. I appreciate it. I definitely appreciate it. I just want to appreciate my guy Tez, and shout out to CJ, and shout out to Brink. You guys always been a big supporter of mine, and I support y'all to the fullest. So I just big shout out to y'all.
Yeah, bro, it's nothing, man. It's one of them things where it's mutual. And we got to keep doing stuff like this. We got to keep putting brothers together that got like minds. You got to have the like minds. So, look, y'all, the link in the chat, like I said, we're going to be letting people come up. So, I'm going to get to my last point that I kind of wanted to make.
Okay.
The last point that I got is, one of my issues with our community is no long-term plan. Hold up. We got the other half of the 5100 podcast in the building. My boy CJ100.
CJ.
What's going on, man? What's going on?
My boy.
JJ, what it do?
What it do, CJ? What it do? I want to give you a shout out on the episode you dropped yesterday, man. Y'all go check it out, man. It was a very, very, very dope episode, man. You hit you was Barry Bonds on there. You was knocking out that home run on that.
I told him, bro.
Yeah, man, I was in rare form, man. I got inspired, man, and I was just like, let me go and speak on it, get my tears to fire on.
No, bro. We both find our way into that. My boy Reggie, what's going on, Reggie?
Oh, what's up, y'all?
Hey, y'all, I just wanted to stop through because I know my internet gonna be trash. I'm on the road, so I just wanted to stop through and shout out my guy JJ, man. I appreciate all the support you give us, bro. You always on it, bro. I definitely had to pop up for you, my guy.
I appreciate it, my guy. I appreciate you.
CJ100, man. Let's go.
Hold it down, man. You hold it down.
All right, bro. I got you. Appreciate it, bro. Reggie, my boy, man.
What's going on, y'all? Y'all doing good tonight?
Yeah, bro.
What's good, Reggie?
All right, now.
Happy to have you up, bro. What you got on the subject?
Man, the culture. I mean, it's so like what you were talking about last night, the other night here, I think. Like what CJ said. Is it a difference between a ninja and a black? It's black people. Yeah, it is. It's two different people, but we all the same, but with two different mindsets.
Yes, sir.
So it's almost like just like Caucasians. You got the trailer part, and you got the actual Caucasian, and you got the business mindset Caucasians, and it's the same thing as that. So it's like it's levels to each culture. But and then I know for his rap and all that. I mean, I remember the time Kid and Play and Run DMC and all those good rappers, you know, they had a real message. Tupac had a real message out there. And, you know, sad to say, you know, he passed away, but because everything he was rapping about is what's going on now.
Facts.
Mm-hmm. So it's almost like, you know, it's almost like they kill off the people. Well, I mean, not that word, but they.
I got you, bro.
They delete the good mindset people and have all the negative, demonetized rap.
They protect them.
Just polluting the children's mind and all that stuff.
Facts. Hey, Reggie, right quick. Ground level, I'm gonna pull you up. My boy, what's going on with you?
What's happening, bro?
Man, good to have you here, bro.
What's going on, my guy? Appreciate you joining us.
Man, all love.
Oh yeah, man.
My boy, have you had a chance to check out what we've been talking about? If so, man, what you got on it?
I just pulled into it. What were y'all? Just give me a quick breakdown, right quick, and I can let you know.
So we pretty much talking about, you know, the culture of our people. How, you know, we believe it's trash, we believe it needs to change, and we need brothers to speak up on the changes that we need to make. So, you know, in your opinion, do you believe our culture is trash? If so, what are the things that we can do to change it if it needs to be changed?
I wouldn't particularly say that our culture is trash, because that means overall that it's bad. It's what we tend to portray and look at the most as trash. It's pretty much like the big percentile of what we see is what we believe the overall thing to be. And if we could look past that and kind of force feed them to go towards the other parts of it, it'll be better.
Ground level, I agree with you, bro. And I think one of the things that, you know, guys that kind of want a change is who has the power to really push that change. Now, I know we talk in these spaces about trying to change and working on change, and I think we can do it, but we got to have more brothers that speak up about the change. And I'm like you, bro. I don't believe everything in our culture is trash, but the stuff that they throw in our face is trash.
Oh, yeah, cool.
Of course. It's already been positioned like that for years. We seen that in the 90s when they created that standard. So been like that.
Facts. So Mouse, I think you had another point. I'm gonna get into my last point.
No, it was just it was something that I'm saying me and my guy Arch was talking about, and it just like I just want us to realize that, man, we're so powerful. You know, we're like we need to realize that, man, how powerful we are as a culture, and really open our eyes up and see the value in our culture. That's all I want us to do. That is all I want us to do, because it's just, I'm saying, we was talking yesterday. It's like, I love us.
Yeah.
I love us as Black people, man. I love us. And I just want us to see, I want to see us in a much better position than what we are, because I'm tired of us being depicted the way we are, you know, and there's so much to our history than what they already did always put on TV and the media.
I agree 100%. And to me, the saddest thing is, I think a lot of us know this, bro. I think a lot of us, bro, when it comes to the things that we see and the things that we be around, I think a lot of us know it be a lot of BS. The problem is, we don't have the platform strong enough. We don't have the voices that's loud enough to really show our people different. So I'm like, look, bro, I want to be one of the guys to show that it can be done differently. And I know I know CJ the same way. And I believe the brothers that's on this panel and that's in the chat want to be the examples. But it has to be the examples. We got to put in the work. And speak of the work, I get my last point out the way, is we don't have long-term plans in our community. We got a lot of people that's living this YOLO life, and you got children. Can't do that. We got a lot of people that living this YOLO life, and you got people to take care of. You can't do that. You got to create a plan moving forward. Like, bro, one of the things that me and CJ talked about, bro, we didn't get left shit. Excuse my friends. Like, bro, when I graduated high school, I didn't get a car. You know what I'm saying? I didn't get money in my bank account. And I don't know if any of you guys did either. But those were the things that I seen our counterparts get. I seen my contemporaries get those things, and it's like, okay, why couldn't I be set up this way? And you don't hold no resentment, but I want to be the change for my family, so where when my son graduate, he can graduate into something. So how do y'all feel about that? Ground level, I'll start with you.
I get what you're saying about you didn't get anything when you graduated from school. I'll say this. I didn't physically get anything, but I can say one thing I got from my father was the ability to create.
Yes, sir.
So with that being the case, he did give me something. He gave me the mind power to be able to do something to move forward. So that's my gift, to be able to help my kids. So if I can do that, to create a standard, to give them some type of leniency while also teaching them they still have to work for something.
Yes, sir.
They end up being a privileged child, and then it reverses back. Like my great grandkids end up having to start all the way over walking again. Because once you give them too much privilege, they just take it for granted. They're like, yeah, I'm supposed to have this. Who said?
Come on, man.
Have anything, but if I teach you the guidelines, I teach you the structure, I teach you how to work, at least you know that while you get the benefits. So that's one of the things. I just say my dad gave me the mindset to be able to do that, because my dad is a creator. He develops different things all the time, and I've seen him do that. So that was the gift he gave me. Of course, I help my children with financial literacy and everything else, and getting them structured to understand that a lot more. So we have to look at, even though we may not have physically got something, there has to be some type of gift, whether it's the gift of gab or anything of that nature, that our parents, grandparents, aunties, uncles, whoever gave you something to use in order to move forward. That's why I say our culture is, we're blessed with a lot of stuff, but we overlook it because we look at the hardships more.
Oh man, hey bro, that is a tremendous point. That's a great point. Moss, before you get into this, I want to pull up this question. So B Rose asks, is it selfish for a man or a woman to decide if they're the type that always want to opt for the YOLO lifestyle, and if they never have children, or does that make them purposeless? B Rose, I'll say this, man. Everybody is an individual. You can chart your own, your landscape and what you want to do. And I'm not saying that makes you purposeless or nothing. If you don't want a family, you don't have to have a family. But what I will say, if you are a person that's in this community and you have a family, you should put yourself in a position to make it easier for the people that's coming under you. Just like Ground Level said, we look at things, like you said, we look at the hardships, but I look at it like I want to create a generation for my children where the hardships are much easier. Yes, the brother gonna work. I got a 1-year-old boy. Ground Level, you got children?
Yeah, I got 4 of them.
See, Moss, you got kids?
3.
And I know Reggie got kids. All of us, CJ got a daughter. All of us want to put our children in better positions than we were in. So when you don't create a path to do that, that happens, you starting the cycle over again. I want to be the one that makes it easy. Just like Ground Level said, bro, I'm with you, Ground Level, but I don't want to be the one that just leaves my child with advice. I want to be able to give them more in the game.
Of course.
Right. But Ted, this right here, one thing, and where my guy right here to the left, he was saying, your father leave you different things to make you better, through your course of your time of being an adult, as a child and then being an adult. So it's like everything that he taught you, you might not see it then, but it might be 10 or 15 years on down the line.
Right.
So it's not all about material things or what you should give your child. You should give, well, I'm gonna say this. You should give them material.
Man, he disappeared on that.
Everybody on the move tonight, man. Moss, what you got on it?
Me growing up, I was always, it was always instilled in my mind, hey, make sure that you stay focused and not. And this is like what different family members told me, because how it was kind of shown to a lot of us growing up is that all life is about is finding a good job, working, and retiring. That's all we were shown. We wasn't shown that you can go enjoy life. You can enjoy the fruits of your labor and stuff like that. We wasn't shown it.
Right.
That's all they ever did stuff. And so I had some older individuals, as far as uncles and stuff like that, that they told me, man, do better than what we did.
Right.
Be much better than what we did. If you have a dream, go ahead and chase it. And that's one of the things that that's why I push so hard as far as with my content and stuff like that, because one of my biggest downfalls in life has been procrastination.
Mm-hmm.
I've sat there and allowed procrastination become an enemy of mine, and I've allowed it to defeat me so many times with different opportunities, because I just wasted away so many years thinking that I got so much time to do this. And now I'm thinking back to what either my mom and uncles and older brothers and sisters said, like, man, don't be like us. Don't sit there and just think it's all just you find a good job and you just retire, man. Like, do what you really want to do and set goals for yourself. And if you have a family, make sure they're good, because of course, just like you said, I think a couple of pods ago, Tez, all we do is leave a bunch of clothes and debt for our families. That's all we leave. That's all we leave for our families is a bunch of clothes, some memories, and debt. And I don't want that to be far as my children. I want it to be where I show them, hey, you have to earn this, but I do also want to set them up to therefore they can succeed. Hey, they might not want to necessarily do the same stuff I do far as being in media. I have a middle daughter. She wants to have her own bakery. Cool. Set it up to where it's saying teach you how to, how to start your business, how to go about starting getting your LLC at a young age and stuff like that. I have an oldest daughter who wants to have her own school, so therefore she wants to have her own education system. So help her with that part. Okay, what are the proper steps in order to make that come true for her?
Yeah.
Yes,
So,
sir.
like I said, growing up for me, I was always given the advice of, man, do much better than what we do, because I come from a family of real hard workers. But I want to have a career. I don't want to just say, oh, I worked at this job for 20, 30 years and I just retired. No, I want to have different business ventures, and I wanted to where I can leave it to my kids, and then it continue on, and build that generational wealth.
Right.
Yes, sir. And that's one of the things too that I believe our culture got to start doing different is we got to start pouring this stuff into the people that's around us. Now I know ground level. Are you a millennial, brother?
I guess so.
How old are you?
So man,
How old?
38.
Oh, you right. Yeah, you right there. You right.
Okay.
You right there.
I got you.
But bro, I know that's one of the things that I look at when it comes to doing this thing long term, which is changing the image of black men and black women. We got to push that down to the people. Push it around to the people that's around us and to the people that's under us, bro. But I don't know about y'all. I done found it a lot easier to talk to the people that's around me than the people that's above me. The older generation, I find it a lot harder to talk to them about changing our image because they already believe that they better. And I'm not trying to get into that conversation because that was a whole nother thing.
You know what? We knew what's gonna come with that one.
Yeah, but I'm bringing that there because we have to do the work. The generation here, the brothers here on this panel, CJ, Reggie, Brink, the guys that really want to do it, bro, we got to do the work. And we got to be able to push the positive things in our culture forward, bro. Like, it's a must.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think. Go ahead,
Grand Level.
One of the things that I think we don't talk about, like I got that going on for my kids when we talk about leaving something for them, is I have an insurance thing going on for my kids, a certain type of life insurance that I got for my kids that I'm actually paying for until they're 33 years old, which they can take from to the business or whatever other things they have to do, and they can pay back into it, or what the rest of it just pays for if they so happen to, pass away or whatever. Like we never were taught, we weren't taught that.
Right.
You have to actually learn things like that and be able to tell them that. I know, like, just like you were saying, Moss, hard workers and everything else. I don't know. I'm still on, right? I don't know. Okay. I ain't know if I disappeared or whatever. I know, like Moss was saying, hard workers. Yes, of course. Like my grandmothers and everything else. Find your good job. Stick to it. Stay there. This, that, and the other. They didn't know any better, though.
Right.
You have to look where they came from. The people before them really didn't have nothing. They were just trying to create something, and then they were blessed enough to get a job. So that's all they thought about. Then you look at our parents, they come from them people. So they didn't know to take another angle. They're just following the blueprint. So it's like, it's left up to us to be like, yeah, no, that ain't good right there. We got something else.
And that's why I feel like, that's why I appreciate the little advice that I did get far as from family members, because they looked at me as a youngster, and like, what, you got the opportunity to do much better than what we did. Y'all got that opportunity, and as of right now, as far as in 2022, I'm trying my best to take advantage of it. Being 33 years old, so having young kids, and trying to make sure that they're established enough to where, like, I got 2 teenagers already, and once they get to 18 and having them read certain books and stuff like this, so like therefore they already know what their plan is, because how a lot of us are, they ask the question like, oh, what do you want to be when you grow up, when you get to high school years, and you have to think like, man, what do I want to do career wise? And I wanted to be where that, as why I'm doing right now with my children, they already know what they're wanting to do. So I feel like my job as a father to go ahead and help them as far as the guidelines in order to achieve those goals that they're setting out for themselves career wise.
I'm gonna tell y'all something else, and this will be my final point. And man, I don't know how long we were planning on staying on. If don't nobody hop on, we'll do our final thoughts. But you want to know something else in our community, brother, that every brother here said that they are and that they are proud to be? Fathers.
Oh, 100%.
100.
Fathers in our community don't get pushed, don't get promoted, don't get talked about in rap music, don't get talked about in songs, nothing, bro. We get the short end of the stick. And everybody on this panel that got children, every one of us, when we talked about our kids, we lit up. I seen that in every one of us. We gotta put fathers back in front of the black community. Now, I know that's gonna piss off some women and some single mothers, but most know how we get down. We don't care nothing about that. We gotta tell the truth. If it is what it is, we gotta be back in the forefront, brother. Fathers mean something. Because when we start slipping, when we start letting our fathers lead, you see some of the chaos that go on in our communities, bro. What y'all got on that, and then we'll get into our final thought.
Let me ask you this, Ted. From your opinion, why do you think that it's been like that as far as in our communities? Like, why is that the fathers have been pushed aside and don't get the credit and don't, get far as the proper respect that we deserve?
Well, number one, I believe is systemic. And I ain't gonna go deep into that, but that plays a big role. And I also believe when you have modern women now, they believe they can do our jobs. So what they need us for? They got the money. You know what I'm saying? If they say they got the money, they say they got the education. What they need a man for? But me and CJ say this all the time. When a bump in the night happen, who you expecting to run to the door? When the yard need to be cut, who got to go out there and cut it? I believe it's they're losing appreciation for the men, because a lot of them might not be dating or being with the men that they want to be with. And look, it's women in the chat. So look, if we wrong, look, we willing to be wrong. I don't date men, so you can tell me a lot more of what you go through than I can. But I will say this, bro. I believe that a lot of the times what happens is they believe that they can do it. Why I need you? All I need you for is penis and time. And if that's the case, we don't have no value in their eyes. Ground level, what you think about that?
I'll say this. My son is 19, so me and him talk all the time. I got 3 daughters, 16, 10, and 4.
I'm on that.
I say this all the time to them because, like, my mom would be like, "Yeah, you the mom and dad." I said, "Hold on, now. I said I can't disrespect their mothers like that. I only be a father, and I don't know how to do motherly duties at all. I can't teach them how to be a woman. All I can do is show them the characteristics that I think are portrayed from good women." And I think that's where it gets misconstrued with women, because you can't teach a young man how to be a man because you're not one. You can only give him or portray characteristics that you feel are good towards a man. That's it. You're a mother. I'm a father. That's it. And there's no balance if you don't allow a male figure that's worth the time.
Come on now.
Instructing whether you have a daughter or a son. Because they don't see it. And then you start wondering why they're doing certain things, because they didn't have the element around.
Woo. Hey, come on now. So, I got a comment by Venus, ruled by Venus. Shout out to you for being here. If I didn't shout you out, I'm sorry. Another problem is women are procreating with the wrong men. If he's someone you would rather not have around, you probably shouldn't have slept with him.
Woo!
Come on, now,
That's true.
now,
Yeah.
Venus,
Damn.
Venus. I'm not even gonna go deep into the women because you hit that on the point. I gotta speak to our brothers as well.
She did.
A lot of our brothers is smashing stuff that you wouldn't even show your partners pictures of. Like, look, y'all know I ain't lying, bro. I done did it.
Hey,
Oh, I'm
I've
good.
been there. Before I was happily married. Been there.
Boss, I done kicked the line back out at 2 in the morning. So I know exactly.
Kick the knife right out.
Golly.
You can't leave in the morning. You need to be gone where it's pitch black dog. Nobody need to see you leaving my house.
Yeah.
So I gotta put some of the responsibility on us as well, bro, because we gotta exercise dick discipline. And look, bro, you talking to a guy that, bro, I didn't understand it. Like, bro, I was thotting. I had my ways at a point in time in my life where, bro, women meant nothing. They were pleasure to me. And the problem was, what if I got one of them pregnant?
Man, I look at that. I also think about that too. I really think about, my thotting days before it became happily married and things like, man, I forget dodging bullets. I dodged some clips. Clips, because I think about something like, bro, I'm really glad I didn't get so and so pregnant, or her and I didn't, her and I didn't end up creating a child, because I look at it back then and look at some of them now, and I'm not saying I'm perfect or anything like that, but it's just like, whew.
Facts. Ground level, you want to speak on that, or you gonna keep it to yourself?
I wasn't out there tough like that, man. I ended up getting in relationships with the ones that I have children with. The relationships just didn't work. I was too busy handling business too much. I was about money too much. So,
yeah, and I say this, man. We gotta be more careful with who we selecting. I mean, Ruled by Venus, bro. You hit it right on the head, and that's one of the problems we have in our community as well. We selecting the wrong people to procreate with, and when you create a system of angry people, you pass that anger down through the generations. Like, bro, I know some single mothers right now that can't stand the dude that they had a child by. I know some brothers right now that got their kid that can't stand the woman that they had their kid by.
So many of them also.
But when you were sleeping with them, everything was cool.
Think with the wrong hand.
We gotta do better, bro. And I believe our generation can say this. So look, bro, I'm gonna get into our final thoughts. First of all, ground level. I don't know. Do you have a YouTube channel or anything? And I can shout you out.
Yes, sir.
Don't start, man. I got two outside of this one. One of them is called The Gray Area. I got a podcast that's working right now. That's called The Gray Area. And then my Archangel page, Archangel. I do music too. So those two are.
Hold on. Now I know I don't know an Archangel. I know of an Archangel, and I think he put out that Memphis song.
That's me.
Give it up, man. Bruh, I'm gonna tell you what's so crazy. My boy D.
Yeah.
Bruh, come on, man. I didn't know.
Yeah, bro.
That's so crazy. Like, bro, D did the intro to our theme song. God damn.
That's my dog there. That is my dog.
Small level, man. It's a small world, bro. Hey, bro, I'm gonna have to get your contacts in the back, but
yeah, of course, man.
That's crazy, bro. But yeah, final thoughts. I'm sorry, I didn't got.
Y'all go ahead. I pick it back off y'all, man.
Okay, so Mouse, we'll get your final thoughts. Since it's a simulcast, I get your final thoughts. I go back down to ground level. I drop ground level down, and me and you will finish it out. So first of all, Give the people your channels again, Ground Level, so we can get you out there.
Okay, on YouTube, one of them is called The Gray Area. It's spelled TheGraeArea. That's The Gray Area. The other one is Archangel Vision. If you can't spell Archangel Vision, I'm worried about you. Yeah.
Thanks.
Look, I appreciate y'all allowing me to be on here, man.
Thank you for. I know you do. This is a very busy brother right here, so I appreciate him. When he able to make some time for us, man. This dude is busy. He got more jobs than the Jamaican, so he definitely he be working. So I appreciate him making some time to chime in with us, man.
Oh, look.
Hey, shout out to the world class for being here, brother. All right, so Ground Level, I'm gonna go ahead and drop you down, brother.
Okay.
And like I said, if you can, bro, if Mouse got your contacts, or you can leave them in the private chat, and we'll reach out to you.
Yeah, I got you.
Appreciate it, my guy.
Thank you, bro. Woo, Mouse,
Man,
happy to be doing this, bro. I hope we can do more work in the future, man. So we're gonna get into the final thoughts and we're gonna wrap. So Mouse, what you got for your final thoughts on our culture and how this episode went?
I just want everyone to know, this, me, I say coming with this topic, it was not to, make it seem like, oh, we just at the worst fucking thing in the world. It's because I love us so much. I want to see our people. I want to see us doing much better. I want to see us doing much better in life. I want to see us chasing our goals and accomplishing everything that we set out to do, man. I want to see that. I want us to make those necessary changes in order to be better. It's not a bad thing. It's definitely not a bad thing for us to want to be better. It's not. Because people probably look at us as doing this, up and thinking they doing, thinking they this and thinking they better. Like, no, it's not that we thinking that we better. It's just that how much faith I have in us, as far as a people, how much I want that. I believe we can make the necessary changes, man. We don't have to, we don't have to be what they predict us as far as like how they put us out on the media and stuff like that. We don't have to be there. We don't have to live by these stereotypes. Thanks. We don't have to, man.
Yep, I'm with you 100%, Mouse. Like, man, my final thoughts here, bro, we can do it. I really, look, man, you gonna have some people, bro, that we gotta cut off. Like, everybody don't want to make the change. You got some guys, bro, this is what they want to do. They want to go to the party and they want to shoot it up. They want to go to the party and they want to jump on the person that they don't like, not knowing that everybody there, the takeoff situation is a perfect example, bro. It's a perfect example of a guy that was there minding his own business, and now he gone because of an incident that didn't have nothing to do with him.
Nothing to do with it.
And bro, I think we can change, or at least start to change. But we gotta be able to understand everybody ain't gonna make it with you. Your brothers might not be able to come. Your cousin might not be able to come. Your partners might not be able to come with you. But if you want to be part of the change, bro, we got to put the work in. So, go ahead, Mouse.
To piggyback on what you just said, everybody's not going to be able to go with us. One thing we need to realize is that, I can't be a part of everyone's, like, I'm not going to be a part of, I have a nephew by the name of K More the Goat, the comedian. I'm not going to be a part of his success story. Even though I watched him build up everything that he has now, I'm not going to be a part of that. But that doesn't mean I have to be bitter and just get pissed off that I'm not a part of that, what he's done. No, what I use what he did was motivation. And a lot of us sit there and get upset and get mad because we can't be a part of someone else's success story and we can't be happy for them. No, what you saw was them building everything up from the ground up. And what you should do is use that as motivation. You don't use that as motivation in order to build up your own empire. Use that as motivation in order to start your own platform and stuff like that. We don't have to sit there and get upset because we're not a part. Or we can't go on a ride with everybody. No, get in your own car, create your own journey, create your own road that you have to travel upon in order to be successful. We don't we get upset and get mad because, man, F that dude, like F that ninja, he acting like he all this and that and he didn't take me along with his success. No, you know what? I saw what he did. I saw what she did. You know what? Let me follow in their footsteps and let me do what they did. Whatever I'm trying to do in life, I'm gonna use that as motivation. If I want to be a culinary chef and I want to have my own restaurant, whatever they're doing, I'm gonna use that as motivation. That's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm gonna use that as motivation and push myself until I reach those levels of where I want to get to. Like, we can't sit there and get mad and get upset with each other because we can't go on the ride with everybody. No, create your own ride, create their own journey for yourself.
Man, bro, you hit it on the head. You hit it on the head. And once we create enough platforms, once we join together, now we the people that everybody looking at. Once we create our community, now they want to be part of the community that we created. Mm-hmm. And at the 5100 podcast, bro, the Moss Talk Network, bro, that's what we trying to do. We got to link these parts together. When you link the chain together, bro, it's much stronger. So look, Moss, if you can, brother, shout your channel out, let them know where they can find you at, man. Y'all, please, go support my brother, JJ Moss, man. He a big supporter of the podcast. Like I said, I done got a chance to chop it up with this brother. And, man, I want to have him back. I know me and CJ want to have you back, bro. So whenever we can link and simulcast, we will.
This is the one a minute. First and foremost, I want to apologize for the smoke alarm. I saw the comments. You know, I get there even on my videos I put up. Like, God damn, bro, change that damn smoke alarm. So my apologies for that. But, man, if you want to follow me on Facebook, JJ Moss, JJ MOSS, Moss Talk Podcast, the Moss Network. Subscribe to that on YouTube. I have a hip hop show coming out very, very soon. I'm working on. I should have it out in the middle of 2023. It's not easy, but man, I'm really working my butt off to make sure that it comes true, because I'm trying to add more content to the Moss Network, because my whole goal is, as far as the Moss Network, I plan on having that as an actual network, having people work for me and, giving other young people the opportunity to build their own channels and stuff like that, man. That's what I believe in, and those are my goals, and I'm going to stick to those, man. And I appreciate everyone who's giving me support. Thank you, Tess. Shout out CJ. Thank you, Brink. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my guy, Ground Level. I appreciate everyone in the chat. Appreciate it. It's much love. Also, if anyone has a brand, if everyone has something they're trying to push, whether it's music or entrepreneurship or anything like that, get at your boy for the interviews, man. I do my research, and I'm not one of these messy interviewers who trying to get the scoop and stuff like that. I really do my research. I really do my homework on, who I'm interviewing, because I care about our culture. I can care less about, getting the latest scoop of who this person is screwing and stuff like that. If you have a career or something like that, I care about it, because that's how much our culture means to me, and that's how much our people mean to me. So, subscribe to the Moss Network, and make sure you follow the Moss Talk Podcast. My podcast is available on YouTube and available on all podcast platforms, man. I appreciate it.
Man, so look, Moss, once again, brother, thank you so much. We hope, like you said, I hope this is the first of many. And
no, ain't no hope. It is.
I got you. So once again, y'all, look, we about to wrap. Thank you for everybody. Thank you for hitting the like button. I think we might have reached the goal of 20. We right there at it. So hopefully we'll get to 20, bro. Look, we don't ask for a lot, man. We just trying to grow. We trying to help other brothers grow. And that's what we gonna do. So look, y'all, on that note, we gonna wrap this thing up. So for your guy, Tez the 5, it's the 5100 podcast. You know what I'm saying?
JJ Moss of the Moss Talk Podcast. Yeah.
Yes, sir.